time for us to get into the impact where we're talking about taking over the world. Now, of course, they say that the world is a global village, and with technology as our playing field and fueled by global economy, many businesses have grown and scaled up from being small local brands to massive global brands. As the world becomes more connected, technology has also enabled businesses to reach markets faster and expand beyond their borders. Now, one such business that has made an impact in the Nigerian market and the rest of Africa is the beauty and makeup space, is House of Tara. Now, House of Tara as a brand was set up and founded by Tara Fela-Durotoye in 1998, and the brand is a pioneer in the beauty and makeup industry in Nigeria and Africa as a whole, and a trailblazer in the areas of retail, distribution, management, and education. So I'm really looking forward to be joined by Adeola Adeniran, the National Sales Manager for House of Tara International Expansion in the international market. Good morning, Adeola. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Vimba.
First of all, it's great to see a gentleman sit with me to talk about beauty.
Thank you so much.
Let's go straight into House of Tara as a brand, and of course, there's more to House of Tara than the makeup element of it, which is sort of the retail that a lot of people see. What else makes up this incredible brand?
It has to do with our values and what we stand for. House of Tara, we believe so much on impact on the society, impact on the generation upcoming, impact of building the economy and contributing our own quota to the system. We believe so much in empowering the young ones and also trying to build the entrepreneurial part of the beauty businesses. Now, when we say empowerment, the story of House of Tara has been an inspiration to a lot of people. This is a company that started with $100, which then was around 15,000 naira, and now has grown to a company being in about 16 different countries. And we believe that we can mentor and also build upcoming entrepreneurs to be able to do that also. And also why trying to export also our own culture, African culture, into other countries, even outside Nigeria, Europe, and America inclusive.
That's absolutely incredible. Now, talking about exporting our culture, I know you're the national sales manager, but let's talk about the international expansion into other markets. How has that looked like strategically? How have you been able to, take this brand and, package it in a way that it's well received outside of Nigeria?
Actually, most of the work of House of Tara has been noticed by international community over a period, and at a point, especially our contribution to empowering young entrepreneurs in Nigeria, building the beauty industry in Nigeria. So it has really helped. And at a point, we now said, okay, we have a lot of people making inquiries about House of Tara, and we now said, okay. And one of the things that we have is our vision of the company, which is to be a great company coming from Africa and has to be exported to other parts of the world. And from there, we were able to say, okay, is it product good for everybody? Is the values something that can be accommodated in international space? Is it something that that's not selfish? It's talking about how can we impact other people? And from there, I think we have won so many awards, which will really help us to now launch into foreign countries. But it's not only that. We have also looked at, okay, what can we do for a black woman? Because we have most of the products we have then, they were not specifically done for women of color. So our own was made specifically for women of color. And at that point, when people people coming to Nigeria, traveling abroad, started using those products. So we got so many inquiries, and from there we said it's time for us to launch.
And having said that, which of your foreign markets would you say has been the most important for your growth to date?
Okay, I would like to appreciate our early beginnings, which was Kenya. Actually, we wanted to. It's been part, like I said earlier, it's been part of our vision. But at the point, we had a kind of disruption in our economy, and that's around 2014 because of fluctuations in our currency. And I said, okay, why can we earn more foreign currency to balance our books? And say, okay, why don't we launch into international markets and to try and get foreign currency, dollars precisely, and we now launched. And when we got to Kenya, Kenya was the industry, beauty business was just like less than zero.
Yeah.
And it's people, they believe so much in their skin, and they just think they don't need
a
anything.
Very natural sort of market,
but what struck me was one of the events that we had in Serena hotel in Kenya, and we saw a bride with the groom coming in without makeup. I was really surprised in this age, so you can have a bride without a makeup. But as we speak, after so much investment in the market, we actually came in, and after so much enlightenment and all those things, and we now, Kenya beauty space now, and the industry has really grown. We have so many, about 250 beauty entrepreneurs that are really working and using the space to the learnings from most of our workshops and our conferences to earn their living. And not only that, we have a lot of people that have even resigned from their white-collar job to start their own business in the beauty industry.
Okay, so you're pioneering again, not just in bringing products into a market, but into actually creating an industry. And it's interesting that you mentioned the bride, because I had an experience where, a lady with a makeup brand actually told me she went to a certain East African country. She said from the time she landed at the airport and got to the hotel, she didn't see a single lady wearing makeup. And, it concerned her. But, what you're talking about, there's now over 250, beauty entrepreneurs that have come through, the House of Tara training and initiatives and workshops and so forth. And what does the future look like? What are some of the other markets because clearly you're not averse to a market where beauty may not be the buzz. So, what markets can we look forward to seeing?
No, we are exposed to exporting this. We are so much concerned about building other industries in different countries. For example, we are, before we only think of English-speaking countries, but now we are started going to Francophone countries. Now, when you talk about where are we going to, we are thinking of places like, we're already in Ghana, where we're looking at Cote d'Ivoire, we are looking at Gabon, and other Francophone countries. But we are also in other American countries, where we are in Canada presently, we are in America, registered and doing business as a registered business. We are in UK, we are in Hungary, and we are in
Hungary. Not many women of color in Hungary.
We have actually, you'll be so surprised, because we have, one of our beauty entrepreneurs from Nigeria actually went there to school, and he has been successful creating more, replicating the model in Hungary. You have other students and people from different countries, Kenya, Ghana, and all the rest, schooling in Hungary, and you'll be really surprised.
And, I think the next logical question really that everybody would want an answer to is, how do you fare when you're put next to, big global brands? We've come a long way, because especially as Africans, we went from a stage where we always wanted to go for the international brand, or the American brand or whatever. But now you're seeing a shift where people hold the same value to an international brand and a House of Tara. But what's the reality with regards to competition? How are you able to ensure that your brand can hold its own against all of the other big global names? Okay,
we one of the key things that we really appreciate in our software is excellence in terms of quality of our products, and also in terms of good customer service, and also we always want to tell African stories. Now, one of the things, if you see, a lot of people are embracing African stories right now, and it's the era where people embrace African stories, from the names of important people like for example, Queen Nana of Ghana, and Queen. We talk about FRK, that's the Fumiransom Kuti from Nigeria.
We have Cleopatra.
That's so that we use those names. Our brand carries those names on all our products. So people ask questions. What does that mean? What does that mean? And so it is something that we really value so much. And secondly, we try to give you the best at most reasonable cost. And definitely that we have a foreign product has competitive edge in terms of the marketing cost, but I think we have done so well in the past 20 years.
Certainly, and I'm glad you mentioned 20 years because it's the start of a decade, the end of a decade, the start of a new one. What can we look forward to from House of Tara? What are some of the plans that we will see rolling out in the next decade?
Okay, in the next decade, we are actually working on getting our own factory here in Nigeria.
Incredible.
And also, we are working on getting exported to this 2020. We are going to have additional 16 countries more, and where we are going to also impact the economy in terms of job creation, in terms of inspiring the new generation into entrepreneurship, because that's what builds most of the big 4 countries in the whole world in terms of the economy.
So basically, in summary, world domination. I love the idea of, creating a factory locally and, bringing the entire process home, because I think that's where the real value is.
Yes.
So really exciting. Adeola, this has been
so
incredibly insightful. It's always intriguing to watch and inspiring actually to watch the journey of House of Tara. And it looks like the story is only just beginning and we have so many more milestones to celebrate with you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so that's Adeola Adeniran from House of Tara giving us a little bit of insight into what global domination looks like for the brand.